Desert Storm, the military operation launched by a coalition of forces led by the United States in 1991, marked a turning point in modern warfare. It showcased the immense power and effectiveness of a combined arms approach, integrating land, air, and naval forces to achieve overwhelming victory against the Iraqi military. While much of the focus during Desert Storm was on the air campaign and ground operations, one aspect of the conflict often overlooked is the crucial role played by battleships. These floating fortresses, armed with their formidable firepower, executed a series of deceptive maneuvers that confounded the enemy and contributed significantly to the coalition's triumph. In today's video, we will be showing you the biggest trick of Desert Storm battleships. Without further ado, let's begin. The reign of the battleships. Battleships, long considered the pinnacle of naval power, had seen their significance diminished in the era of aircraft carriers and long-range missiles. However, in Desert Storm, the United States showcased the continued relevance and potency of these massive warships. The coalition fleet included 3 Iowa-class battleships: the U.S. Missouri, the U.S. Wisconsin, and the U.S. Iowa. These behemoths, each armed with 9 16-inch guns capable of firing projectiles weighing up to 2,700 pounds over 20 miles, became integral components of the strategy to liberate Kuwait from Iraqi occupation. The biggest trick employed by the battleships during Desert Storm was the use of deception to create a diversionary threat and force the Iraqi military into a strategic miscalculation. The coalition commanders realized that the presence of battleships in the Persian Gulf would attract significant attention from the Iraqi forces, diverting resources and attention away from the primary air and ground campaigns. The battleship fiend. To execute their plan, the coalition deliberately leaked information to the media and military intelligence, suggesting that the battleships would play a central role in the impending ground invasion of Kuwait. This misinformation created a psychological effect on the Iraqi leadership, who believed that the coalition's main assault would be launched from the sea rather than through the deserts of Saudi Arabia. Deploying battleships for diversion. In reality, the battleships were positioned offshore to provide fire support to ground forces and deter any potential maritime threats. Their primary objective was to launch devastating artillery barrages on key coastal targets and enemy positions, further adding to the Iraqi leadership's misperception. Psychological warfare. The psychological impact of the battleships cannot be understated. The Iraqi military, fixated on the potential threat posed by these immense naval assets, focused their defenses along the Kuwaiti coastline, diverting troops, artillery, and air defenses away from other critical areas. This diversionary tactic played a pivotal role in enabling the coalition's main ground offensive to maneuver more freely and exploit Iraqi vulnerabilities. Demonstration of power. Furthermore, the coalition commanders deliberately choreographed impressive naval demonstrations, showcasing the battleship's firepower to intimidate the Iraqi military. These demonstrations included spectacular nighttime firing exercises, where the battleships unleashed a barrage of heavy projectiles into the Kuwaiti coast, lighting up the sky and leaving the enemy in awe of the coalition's overwhelming military might. Strategic implications. The strategic implications of the battleship diversion were profound. By diverting Iraqi attention and resources, the coalition forces gained a significant advantage in their ground campaign. Iraqi defenses along the coast were heavily fortified, with extensive minefields and coastal artillery installations. However, due to the focus on the perceived naval threat, these defenses were significantly weakened, allowing coalition amphibious forces to exploit vulnerabilities and establish crucial beachheads. Battleships as force multipliers. In addition to their role as a diversionary tactic, battleships served as force multipliers during Desert Storm. Their immense firepower and range allowed them to strike targets deep within enemy territory, providing crucial support to ground forces. The battleship's accurate and devastating artillery barrages destroyed key enemy positions, disrupted command and control structures, and demoralized the Iraqi forces. This firepower not only contributed to the success of the ground campaign, but also limited the Iraqi military's ability to launch counterattacks or reinforce their positions. Naval gunfire support. Naval gunfire support, provided by the battleships, played a critical role in neutralizing coastal defenses and supporting amphibious operations. The battleship's ability to launch projectiles, weighing thousands of pounds from over 20 miles away, allowed them to reach targets inaccessible to other artillery platforms. They destroyed enemy bunkers, artillery emplacements, and communication centers, creating a path for the coalition forces to advance. Psychological impact on the enemy. The presence of battleships, with their iconic and imposing stature, had a profound psychological impact on the Iraqi forces. The knowledge that these floating fortresses were capable of delivering devastating blows created fear and uncertainty among the enemy ranks. The psychological advantage gained from this intimidation cannot be underestimated, as it weakened the morale of the Iraqi troops and eroded their will to fight. Legacy and lessons learned. Desert Storm highlighted the continued relevance of battleships in modern warfare, despite advancements in technology and the rise of aircraft carriers. The success of their diversionary tactics and firepower demonstrated the importance of incorporating different elements of military power and leveraging deception as a strategic tool. The battleships of Desert Storm paved the way for further exploration of how naval assets can be used to create tactical and psychological advantages in future conflicts. Evolution of naval warfare. The use of battleships during Desert Storm also marked a transition in naval warfare. It showcased the adaptability of these vessels, which were designed for World War II-era naval battles but were repurposed for modern conflict. The operations in Desert Storm demonstrated the capability of battleships to provide versatile and long-range firepower support, underscoring the importance of maintaining a diverse naval fleet capable of fulfilling multiple roles. Symbolic victory and international support. The battleship's involvement in Desert Storm also had symbolic significance. The U.S. Missouri, in particular, played a historic role in hosting the signing ceremony of the Japanese surrender in World War II. Its presence in the Gulf not only showcased the continuity of American naval power, but also symbolized the unity and international support behind the coalition's mission. The battleship's participation served as a visible representation of the global commitment to liberate Kuwait and enforce international norms. Desert Storm demonstrated that battleships, often considered relics of a bygone era, can still serve as powerful assets in modern warfare. The coalition's use of battleships as a diversionary tactic, coupled with their formidable firepower and psychological impact, proved to be a decisive trick that contributed to the overall success of the operation. The battleships of Desert Storm showcase the importance of strategic thinking, deception, and the skillful integration of diverse military assets in achieving victory on the battlefield. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.